special person in the room. So the power is in the brain. And he said to me, give the tuba to somebody else. He's smiling because the tuba is going to him. Because I don't care about tubas because they don't have a brain. The brass doesn't matter to him because there's no brain. It's my job to be the brain for the mindless horn. And Peter, you're doing this beautifully. I can't tell you how impressed I am. What I'm hearing now, as opposed to what I heard at the beginning, I mean, it's like, did you put somebody else in that chair? And I wish they would have experienced this.
He sounded like he was the principal horn of the DC band instead of a field band for over 25 years.
Play anywhere. The level that he just played, his best playing, would go anywhere, would fit anywhere.
Yeah.
But when you were kind of searching and rambling at the beginning, I wasn't that impressed, but I'm sure impressed now. Play some more.
Okay. Well, I will take Thomas's suggestion. Actually, no. First, something was on my mind. No. Here we go.
So I'm not even going to ask the question. I was going to ask the question, are you thinking every note? We know that you weren't. You know that you weren't. So I'm going to give you another.
But
then it went away.
In
Distraction.
a different way.
Well, you got to remind yourself. You have to remind yourself it's just a singing in the brain. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. And by the way, don't be concerned about those slurs. We don't care about the slurs. If you're thinking the note, the slur will be perfect there.
Yes.
The think system, you only have to think the tune to have it come out perfectly clear. Go, every note. Except for the end. We're going to celebrate up until that point because it was fantastic. It was bravo, Maestro. But then something changed. And so what happened in the brain? What were you thinking about when we got to that passage there? Da-da-dee, da-da-da-dee. What happened there in your brain? You lost your courage. You lost your courage. You lost the singing. So we're going to start right there. Da-da-dee, da-da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da. Right there. Beautiful. Yeah, that's it. All of a sudden you're successful. You're stumbling, now you're a success. Well, what is the difference? What's causing the success? What's motivating the success is the think system. Good. Do it again. Play all the way to the end. Every note. Well, excellent until we got beep, bop, boop, boop, bop.
And that's the body of this.
And so, what were you thinking about when you got to beep, bop, bum, bum, bum? What was going on in the brain?
Oh, the mouthpiece is not in the right.
Did that work for you?
Not this time.
It won't work anytime. So, Peter, we don't care. You don't care about how you feel, what you're doing. Your audience doesn't care about any of that. All you have to do is think those notes. Beep, bop, 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 bop. Go. Oh, you had a good start though, but you chickened out. Good. Repeat that again. You only have to think the notes. That's it. Go. And when you get to the last note, give me a note. Give me a punctuation mark. Don't give me a little tiny period. Yeah. So before we heard stumbling and scuffling, but now we hear notes. And what changed, Peter? Your brain changed, and you started to commit to the awareness of the notes rather than awareness of your chops. What are my lips doing? Or what do I have to do to play these notes? You're bypassing the power of your brain. The true power of our brain is at the subconscious level. It's keeping us alive right now. I once had a student in the studio, and her father was he was a computer engineer, so he knew about computers, and I knew that. And so I worked with the daughter. She was a trombonist. And I said to him, if we were to connect all the computers in the world, would you be able to keep your daughter alive? You know what he said? Couldn't keep a flea alive. That's how powerful the mind is, the brain is. And but when we try to bring subconscious function to the conscious level, in other words, if I want to play beep bump bum, this is what I have to do with my chops. This is what my embouchure. This is what air, bump, because you've heard this your whole life. You bypass the subconscious of the brain, and so you substitute weakness for strength. When you substitute weakness for strength, failure is inevitable. So we don't want to bypass the subconscious. We want to encourage the subconscious because that's where the power is. That's what's keeping us alive right now. There's a tremendous amount of information that's coming from the brain to support life in the body. And the body will not support or create life without the power of the brain. And it's all happening at a level that we don't have awareness of, except that, I see myself and I'm moving my body and I feel a certain way and I feel okay. I don't feel great anymore. You feel okay, right? So look at his face, he knows what that feeling is.